one of the most well-known A-list Hollywood stars, Brad Pitt requires no introduction. With a career extending from the early 90s to date, he has earned a tremendous wealth of over $300 million. Some portion of it was utilized through the years to assemble an exquisite collection of cars. Pitt's collection is both eclectic and incredibly valuable, with his entire collection's worth spanning well into 7 figures, ranging from eco-friendly family cars to the world's most expensive motorcycle. We're Deluxe Living, and we're here to give you a taste of how the 1% live. Let's take a look at a few highlights from Brad Pitt's car collection. Don't forget to like this video, press subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can keep you up to date with everything deluxe and more. Lexus GS 350F Sport. Far from being the fastest or most expensive car in Brad Pitt's collection, his Lexus GS 350F Sport has been his daily driver for some time. The GS 350 was supposed to combat the BMW 535i, and reports suggest it put up a decent fight. Its 3.5-liter V6 engine provided adequate power, but the ride was still pleasant in normal driving mode. Turning the dial to Sport S, however, made the steering sharper and the ride tighter and sportier. The car's styling stayed relatively unremarkable, but that meant that it blended in with traffic perfectly, making it a great way to try to evade prying paparazzi eyes. With a price tag of just over $50,000, including the F-Sport package, it wasn't too expensive to purchase either. Nevertheless, with a net worth estimated at approximately $300 million, it's possible that Pitt wasn't too fussed about its value but appreciated its subtle appearance and comfortable driving. Tesla Model S. 2 of the top 5 selling vehicles in California in 2021 will be produced by Tesla, making it one of the most well-liked automakers in the state. Brad Pitt has lived in Los Angeles for a number of years, and it appears that he felt compelled to join the frenzy by purchasing a Model S and using it to navigate around the city. It was one of the longest-range EVs on the market when it was first introduced in 2012, with an EPA range of 265 miles. Even back then, the top-spec Model S could cost over $100,000 with enough options added, and Pitt's Tesla was probably at the top of the line. In 2022, without any additional options, the top-spec Model S Plaid will cost at least $127,590. Mercedes-Benz G-Class. Pitt drives a G-Wagon, another car that appears to be required among the elite of Beverly Hills. Before he redirected his focus to environmentally friendly daily cars, Brad Pitt was captivated by the gas-guzzling Mercedes SUV, apparently buying not one, but 2 versions shortly after they debuted in the US in 2002. It might today be perceived by many people as nothing more than a celebrity's mobile. But the G-Class originally started out as a military convoy, and it remained popular with both militaries and with local German police forces. Additionally, it has established itself as one of the most dependable SUVs ever, with one relatively high mileage example traveling 559,000 miles across 215 nations. Therefore, it is safe to say that Pitt could have kept driving his G-Wagon for the ensuing decades without having to worry about its dependability. However, due to its recent drive for environmentally friendly vehicles, Pitt has grown disenchanted with Germany's toughest SUV. BMW Hydrogen 7. Although they now predominate among environmentally friendly vehicles, electric cars weren't always viewed as the best choice. In the latter part of the 2000s, a number of significant automakers, among them BMW, were evaluating the benefits of using hydrogen to power the vehicles. The Bavarian firm created a few hydrogen-powered 7 Series executive sedans, and with the high-profile personalities picked to pilot, one was Brad Pitt, alongside fellow Hollywood star Cameron Diaz. In 2009, BMW restated its ambition to develop hydrogen-powered automobiles further. But the lack of infrastructure mixed with the increasing popularity of EVs meant that the company never created a mass-produced hydrogen-powered model. Aston Martin Vanquish Carbon Edition. It was revealed in 2015 that Brad Pitt's then wife, Angelina Jolie, had given him a brand new Aston Martin Vanquish Carbon Edition, indicating that not all of the vehicles in Pitt's garage are environmentally friendly. The Vanquish 6.0-liter V12 engine makes 568 horsepower and is notable for delivering one of Aston Martin's best-ever exhaust noises. Despite ever closer relationships with Mercedes-AMG, the Vanquish remained a totally unique experience, although one that few would ever be wealthy enough to afford. Pitt's Carbon Edition Vanquish, which cost about $300,000, was even more expensive than the supercar's standard model. Given that it was a gift from Jolie, it's unknown whether Pitt kept the car after the couple split up, but given that it has never been made publicly available for sale, it's likely that he did. Before we get to his rare motorcycle collection, remember to give this video a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe for more fantastic videos like this one. Ducati Maseratis RR. To be fair to Brad Pitt, he has so many cars that it's probably easy for him to overlook one or two of them. The actor also has a large collection of bikes in addition to his fleet of cars, including what many consider to be one of the finest Ducatis ever manufactured. The Maseratis RR is not the only A-lister with such a bike, as his claimed arch-rival Tom Cruise also owns one of these legendary Ducatis. Pitt allegedly lost his cool when he learned that Cruise would receive a Maseratis RR before him and demanded that all other deliveries stop until his was made. According to Visor Down, shipping provider UPS upheld the actor's request, at the risk of upsetting every other A-lister who was eager to get their hands on the bike, purportedly including Denzel Washington and Michael Jordan. Strange enough, Pitt's representative at the time denied that the actor had ever purchased the bike, and he has never been seen using it in public. Perhaps the leaked information about his outburst disturbed his PR firm enough for him to keep the bike securely hidden in the back of his garage somewhere. Zero Engineering Type 9. Zero Engineering is a Japanese-American boutique company that assembles its frames in Japan, then transports them to Las Vegas to recoat the engine and complete the final assembly. The Type 9 is one of the brand's most prominent models. It's purposefully not the most polished of bikes, with primitive suspension and an exposed belt drive that spins disturbingly close to the rider's foot. It's a motorcycle that balances bare-bones functionality with stylish design, making it very much a machine for experienced riders only. Despite its rarity, Brad Pitt is said to own one, but it is by no means the most expensive bike in his collection. The Type 9 is still far from being affordable with a starting price of about $40,000, but it is less than a sixth of the listed price of the most expensive motorcycle in Pitt's garage. Ducati Titanium Series. With an eye-watering price tag of $275,000, exclusive of any extras, the most expensive motorcycle the actor possesses also happens to be among the most expensive in the world. It was reportedly the first motorcycle to be introduced with an all-titanium frame and a 200 horsepower, 2,150cc billet aluminum V-twin engine. It featured all-in suspension that was of MotoGP caliber, and the bike featured carbon fiber accents. It's difficult to argue that any motorcycle worth as much as many homes could be called excellent value, even if Ecosi supposedly threw in a bonus coordinating watch to sweeten the bargain. Pitt fits the bill for collectors who like to show off, which is, in my opinion, the only real market for such an expensive bike. At least he would have a little trouble escaping the paparazzi with such a powerful bike. Ducati Monster 1100S. Angelina Jolie, his then-girlfriend, gave him this Italian superbike for his 45th birthday. The Monster 1100S has a 1078cc engine producing 90 horsepower and is not the most powerful motorcycle in the actor's garage, but it's still a lot faster than what most people would ever feel comfortable riding. The Monster 1100S has a race-ready all-in suspension, just like the Eco's Titanium series, but unlike the Ecosi, the frame is composed of conventional tubular steel rather than cutting-edge titanium. Nevertheless, Ducati claims that its dry weight is only 370 pounds or 168 kilograms, making it still quite light. Supermarine Spitfire. he might have a large collection of vehicles and motorcycles. But just like his longtime Hollywood nemesis Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt is also an expert pilot and owns his own airplane. He reportedly paid $3.3 million for the Supermarine Spitfire in 2013. He learned to fly the plane at a specialty flight academy in Oxford, England. But it's not known whether Pitt currently keeps it in the UK or whether he's had it transferred back to the United States. He purchased the Spitfire while making Fury, an action movie set in World War II that was released a year later in 2015. Although there is little current evidence to back it up, publications at that time identified Pitt as an accomplished pilot who had possessed and piloted a variety of aircraft before purchasing the Spitfire. Prior to purchasing the Spitfire, he was seen flying Angelina Jolie's Cirrus SR-22, which was grounded because its registration had not been renewed. Pitt might have brought the Spitfire as a substitute toy since he couldn't borrow his girlfriend's aircraft anymore, or he might have simply liked having his own piece of British aviation history. Do you have anything you like among Brad Pitt's collection? We want to know in the comments. And if you like this one, leave a thumbs up and press the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the last living.